Hi everybody, my name is Rebecca Combs. I'm here at Design and Adorn, and today I'm going to show you how to take your Kumihimo silk out of the package and get it onto your disc. It's really quite simple. First thing you want to do is just break into this package. There are some staples in here, so be aware of that. You don't want to snag anything, but just gently get your package open. There you go. Chuck that. And then the next obstacle, there's a sticky tab. So you're gonna pull that, and then if you fold it over, you can't catch any of your silk on the sticky tab as you pull it out of the bag. I'm just gonna get my silk out of here. And you open this up, you find what we have here. This is gently sort of coiled up, just let it go. Oh, look how easy that is. This is already sort of loosely knotted together at one end. That's so you can keep it together. And you can see that there are 4 individual cords in here. There you go. And each cord is made up of many, many fine silk threads. You could separate these out like you would embroidery floss. I don't. The reason for doing it would be to make a really teeny tiny braid. As is, if you braid this up, you'll get something that's about 4 to 5 millimeters if you're using a round braid or basket weave. If you do a no knot start, you'll get about 18 to 20 inches. So I'm just going to gently untie that little binding knot there at the end. I'm going to fold this. There's one at both ends, so let's take out that other knot there. Oops, that one didn't come out quite so easily. I pulled it the wrong direction. There we go. So both ends are free, and I'm just going to eyeball this. There we go. And I have found the middle. And here I'm going to bind it. I'm just going to use whatever binding thread I have around. This is KO, you could use Nymo, 1G, whatever you normally use for binding. Doesn't need to match, it's not going to be part of your braid. If you're using an end cap, I'm just going to take some thread here, make sure I'm still more or less at the middle. And by binding here, I'm both marking the middle so I don't lose my place, and I'm also securing it tightly enough so that when I go to put this on the disc, if I tug one of the cords, it doesn't shift off of the middle and become uneven. All right, so I have that secured there. Now I just take my Kumihimo disc, and remember, you can work with the small disc or the large disc. That doesn't change anything. And holding my bound middle of the silk over the hole, I just separate one cord from the group, and I lock it in place on the disc. I do the same thing with the next one, the next one, and the next one. I work my way to the other side of the disc. There you go. So now everything is secure on here. It can't go anywhere. This will, of course, become a mess very soon if I don't do something with it. Now, since I'm working on the disc, I'm going to go ahead and let these cords stay twisted like this. I'm not going to untwist them. If I were working on the Maridai, I would use my hand to gently untwist them and relax them so that the threads would spread out on the Maridai. There's no point in doing that on the disc. Everything's gonna get jammed back together every time you put it in the slot. So it's easier and tidier to just keep things as a group gently twisted. And just again, use my standard bobbins that I always do. I go to the end of a warp and I just hold the end of the cord inside the bobbin against the flat part, and I start winding this up. It is helpful to keep the cord somewhat under tension. See, I'm pulling a bit as I do this so that it doesn't get loose. And that's how I prevent getting loose threads or stray bits in there. Now here's a tip. As you're braiding, if you see a loose thread, don't cut it. Don't cut it. Because sure enough, it will work its way out of your finished braid. If you see a loose bit here and you haven't braided it in yet, just open your bobbin, go back, smooth everything out, and wind it back up again. And if you've already braided it in and there happened to be a little loose thread, don't snip that either. Just gonna like gently massage it until it sort of lays back down. And you're gonna go ahead and do that for all 8 warps. And then this is ready to braid. This is how you get your silk from the package to the disc. Happy braiding!